Captain Evil, bad news. Yep.
What?
The all the technical difficulties from the podcast. We ended up the audio drops like 40 minutes in. Yes, but we didn't want to lose the episode. We thought it was a good one. We hope you enjoy. What is there?
Oh my goodness. So when we said the podcast was a shit show sometimes, apparently we weren't joking.
Okay. The timer? Why did you buy it? Fuck. Oh my God, dude.
Do you know what I've been saying? I think that we need to, like, it is a behind the scenes only content, and we just have a little cell phone in the corner that runs for like 5 minutes before we actually start the podcast.
It's a shit show, folks.
So you get the shit show before the shit show. It's like a bonus shit show.
No, it is. I want to quit all of it. Like just retire. Not talk to anybody anymore. No more employees. Buy a little fucking cabin in the woods and just be fucking done.
You don't like the woods.
I do love the woods. I wish you liked more wood.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
We hope it's coming. It keeps going. It's somebody got mad at me. They said you need to have a coaster on that table.
Yes, I know. I think it has a glaze on it, so we're okay. And then we drink out of like
glaze?
Well, we drink out of these insulated cups. So I think that we're okay.
We're on one camera today, guys. Our producer sucks.
Yes, thank you for sticking with us. I guess instead of I'm so used to like looking over here at this camera, we got to remember we're like right here. But thank you guys for sticking with us this episode. We'll make it worth their while.
Oh gosh, I got to get through this week. I just got to make it. I just got to make it through this week.
Yeah, it's been a lot of travel. And Rick's sick and he's still on the phone with us. I'm finally healthy.
Mason's sick, he had surgery, he's out.
Yeah.
And
school hasn't even started. The germs don't usually, like, everyone doesn't start getting sick until a week or two of school starting because it's back to school time right now. And then you put all those germy kids together in a room and it's usually week 2 when everyone starts dropping like flies.
Well, don't jinx us.
Maybe we've built up our immunity, I'm hoping.
I don't know. I am having, I don't know. I'm just having like a, fuck it.
You're just going to burp into the microphone?
No, I'm just like, God, dude, like,
You're tired.
Fucking house in the woods. We'll sell this big house.
You're rode hard and put away wet, right? That's the phrase.
I don't have to deal with social media employees or any employees or anybody or anything. And
yeah,
I'll wake up every day and I'll fish for our food.
You want the simple life like Paris Hilton.
It's a rough week, dude. And
I love you.
I love you too. I'm like,
I didn't know you were having such a hard time until we sat down here at the table. See, the truth comes out. It's like the truth-telling table.
The truth. Somebody asked me that this weekend. They're like, we love your podcast, and I said, well, we love doing it because it's therapy, and we really need to get.
We need a camera rolling for our true feelings to come out.
For our whole life.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just like...
I feel like you need a B12 shot or something.
No, I'm not tired.
You are not yourself.
I'm just overwhelmed. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm overwhelmed with all of it. Like, it's coming at me at all angles. It's nonstop. It's, it's just tough.
You need a timeout, a few days at home with the kids.
I need a timeout of life. Let's just take a whole break.
Yeah.
So hopefully next week, I already told Tatiana, I said, I tell everybody I don't want a fucking phone call, a meeting, nothing.
Yeah.
Like I am.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm tired. And these 2 weeks are tough too. Cause it's like, I ended up having to stay in LA longer than I would have liked.
Yeah.
But I'm being a team player, my publicist got me on the, Rich Eisen show.
Is that a big deal? How was it?
It is a big deal. But again, I get there and I'm like, oh man, I get to be on the Rich Eisen show. Uh-huh. And they're like, yeah, Rich isn't here in the summer. It's a backup host.
Oh,
and I'm
damn.
Like, I get I get Good Morning America. It's the third hour.
Yeah.
I get Rich Eisen. No Rich Eisen. It's a backup host. I get, and I told Joe, I was like, man, I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of of busting my ass
Yeah.
and being funny
Yeah.
and good at what I do, and I don't get any love.
Feeling like you're not getting the same opportunities.
I don't get nowhere near the same opportunities.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the same opportunities. And, you know, I go through phases where I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep grinding and working, and here I go. And then...
Do you think it's because we're not in LA?
No, it's because we're Mexican American. You know, it's because we are Mexican. There cannot be any other reason. Gabriel Iglesias, we've talked about it, sells out Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get to host SNL.
Yeah.
You know, Shane Gillis comes out, he's hot for a year, and it's not that he's not funny or talented.
Yeah.
He's very funny and very talented. So I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
Boom, he's hosting SNL.
Yeah.
You know, Nate Bargatze, hilarious, great guy, love him.
Yeah.
Nothing against him. But I, at this point, have more social media followers than he does.
Yeah.
You know, I tie him on Instagram or on TikTok. I mean, SNL's not calling. You know, can't get on Kelly Clarkson.
I imagine what
can't
makes
get on Drew Barrymore. I have the same publicist that a lot of my friends have, and it's a no. And it's a no, thank you. And, we'll get him on Good Morning America, but it's the third hour.
I wonder.
So look, I don't mean to be, you know, I'm being honest on the podcast, and I don't mean to be Debbie Downer, but I'm tired. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of going, okay, I will be away from my kids and my family for a whole day to then come home and only be home Tuesday, Wednesday. On Tuesday, I have things to do. On Wednesday, I have things to do. Then I got to fly out again on Thursday. But I will take that extra day in LA because you tell me you have press. I don't want to miss the opportunity. Then I get there and it's the JV.
Yeah.
It's not the real show.
How was he though?
He was great. Mike was great. The guy I interviewed with was a fan, and it was great. I had a good time.
I mean, at least he cared. It could have been worse. You could have showed up and they had no clue who you were, or they never even looked up at you or barely made eye contact with you, and you had to explain to them who you were.
We had a great time. I mean, you know, he was a fan, but again, I get, you know, I have been grinding and outworking everybody for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years, I have been proving myself and proving myself and proving myself and proving myself and proving myself.
Right.
And then I get this wonderful opportunity on Netflix. It does better than a lot of Netflix specials, even Netflix specials that they promoted and really cared about.
Right.
And I still can't get nobody's calling.
It's hard because as your wife, I get a front row seat to it, and I hear what you're saying and I sympathize with you. But then as the always keep me moving forward person, the thoughts in my head are, well, that attitude doesn't serve us. So how do we get through the slumps and continue moving forward? But at the same time, like, I hear you.
No, look, I brought it up on stage in Oxnard. Somebody asked me, they said, somebody in the audience goes, you're one of the funniest people out there. I said, thank you. He goes, why are you not more famous?
Yeah.
That's what he asked me. And I go, that's a good question. I said, I'm not more famous because I'm Latino.
Yeah.
Right? So then I explained
to him. I know
it's
not just you that feels that way. You know, I know there are other talented Mexican American
I gave him examples. I told him, you know, I use Gabriel Iglesias as the proof, right? Gabriel is proof that they don't care about us.
Yeah.
Right? That they don't want to give us opportunities. Gabriel has been selling out theaters and arenas for years.
I just see how frustrating it is for you. I can only imagine that it must be maddening for him to have those kind of ticket sales across the country, beyond the country. He travels internationally, right? He tours internationally, and still not get the love in your own country
that you deserve
from production companies or networks.
But then, you know, so we had this conversation on stage. It was after my show. And then this older woman goes, oh God. And I go, what? And she goes, it has nothing to do with being Mexican. And
I'm sure a lot of people perceive it that way.
And we're making excuses. And I'm like, look, lady, I don't make excuses. I wake up every day and I bust my ass. I wake up every day and I do stand up. I wake up every day and I work my ass off.
Yeah.
And I have been for over 20 years doing stand up. I'm not up here making excuses. I'm explaining to you very clearly. Somebody asked me a question. Why are you not more famous?
Yeah.
And the only thing that I can think of, right? Because it used to be, well, we don't know who Steve is, right? Who is he?
Now go watch your 4 specials and find out who you are. 5. What are we
6.
now? 6. Your 6 specials.
6.
Yeah. And find out who he is.
Well, no, then they go, well, we're really looking for a social media presence. Okay, I'll go get that. Because they told me that.
Yeah.
They told me.
And you built it.
They go, we need a social media presence.
Yeah.
We don't talk to people unless they have a huge. So I go, okay. So I went back to work. I hear you loud and clear. I will answer that. I will overcome your no.
Right.
Your no is I don't have enough social media followers. I'll go do that. Boom. Here we are with 4 million social media followers. I come back in. I go, well, there they are. Well, Steve,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm frustrated. If I'm being honest with you, I'm scared. We're on the midst of a recession. Ticket sales for my fall tour are not where they should be. I have noticed this year that people are just not buying tickets like they were a year ago.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous. I'm scared. Right. I'm stressing out. I think a lot of my stand-up right now is about acknowledging that I do know that it is hard to be a mother. I do know that it is hard to be a wife. Mm-hmm. However, it's hard for us too. The financial stress, the being...
the provider, breadwinner, is that the word you're looking
being
for?
The provider, being the... are my kids going to college? Are they not going to college? Did I make the right decision? Did I not make the right decision? Am I being safe enough? Am I being risky enough? Am I,
Yeah.
It's hard. And to be honest with you, I was bummed when I got to the Rich Eisen show and I agreed to do it because I was like, okay, like I want to do the things I'm supposed to. I cannot make excuses
right.
if I'm being given opportunities and I'm turning those opportunities down.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an opportunity. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to then come home and miss my entire Monday with my family. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to do it because they keep telling me this is how you grow careers. Then I get there and it's like, oh, well, you're not interviewing with Rich Eisen. He's off.
So you didn't know that going into it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should have been made aware of that.
And then me trying to be a professional.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to go in there with shit face.
Well, no. Can I say what I want to say? I did all my research, and I started learning about who Rich Eisen is. And then I started watching. I spent my weekend before Monday listening to Rich Eisen interviews.
Yeah.
And understanding what kind of interviewer he was. And thinking to myself, okay, how am I going to go at this? I saw him interview Bill Burr. I saw him interview Seinfeld. And I said, okay, like I'm prepared for this guy. I've been a professional. I want to be the very best I can be. And then they go, oh, it's not Rich Eisen.
I'm sorry, that sucks.
And I'm like, fuck, man. Like again? Hey, we got you Good Morning America. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Like I'm going to be on Good Morning America. Well, it's the third hour. Oh, okay. I get the third hour.
Which only plays in certain markets, not all markets.
Awesome. I get the third hour.
Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, and again, very talented, and I'm not hating on Nate. I'm comparing apples to apples.
You're similar.
I'm similar to him. I am not living in LA. Neither is he. I have more social media followers than he did. Well, I had more social media followers than him before his other special hit. Then his other special hits, I still had more social media followers. And then all of a sudden, he was on everything.
Yeah.
And hosted SNL. And was on the Kelly Clarkson and the Drew Barrymore show. And I'm sitting there watching this guy and I'm happy for him, right? I'm very happy for him.
Yeah.
But it was like press after press after press after press. And I'm just sitting there going.
You thought you were going to go through the same channels, that it was going to be a similar path.
Because I thought, oh, well, here you have Nate Bargatze, who is very funny. who has the same social media following I have, who just released a special. I'm about to release a special. I should get
the same opportunities is what you were,
or at least a
thinking.
third. I didn't even get a third of the opportunities.
Yeah.
Not even a third. Any questions, Rick?
Oh, yes. I'm recorded on the side, so you don't have to hold it up unless you need to hear it.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
So first of all, congrats on the Rich Eisen show. That is massive. And take away that he's not there. It is a massive day to be on there. Right after the Olympics, right after opening weekend of football. So you're going to get eyeballs just because of that. So you're going to get to show what you do there. So,
but I'm wondering, Rick, did he now, by doing that, does he now not get to be on the Rich Eisen show with Rich for how long? Because they just had him on as a guest and they're not going to bring him back. Like,
I think it's how I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it after this. It's gonna be.
I just keep hearing like, Steve, this is how it works, and do these little things and do these, and then it'll lead to bigger things. And it's like, it's not. It is not leading to bigger things.
Yeah.
They keep telling me, hey, play along, and by the way, and I'm not just saying this, I fucking kill. Every time I do an interview.
Yeah, you're a great interviewer.
I kill. I'm always funny. I'm always charming. I'm always delivering. I'm always having a good time. And every time I walk off set, they're like, oh my God, he was great. Oh my God, thank you.
You know how to craft a segment and keep it moving.
Like I've been doing it for so long. And it's like, well, you guys keep telling me play the game, do a good job, and it'll come. Well, it's not.
Yeah.
So go back to your question, Rick.
No, well, I just want to say, like, I guess it's all perspective, because I'm looking at it from the outside. When my mom calls me and she sees you on Good Morning America, that's how she saw you, So you're out there doing it. So I don't know. I think it's pretty awesome from my perspective.
So keep pounding the pavement.
But I keep pounding the pavement.
Yeah.
And it does wear on you. I mean, look, I'm not gonna stop, right? I'm gonna leave this interview today. I'm gonna fucking pick my boots up, and I'm gonna go, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it. However, it does wear on you, and it does get you tired.
Yeah.
And it does make you go, God dang, man! Like, I am constantly upstream. When do I get to go over the mountain and get a little fucking help, and get a little downstream? You know what I mean? It has been upstream since literally day one. I have never, and believe me, I've been in this business for 20 years. I mean, and no offense to some of my friends, they're like, oh, so-and-so's going viral right now. And I'm sitting there going, and then boom, because they went viral, it was, they're going to get a movie and they're going to get 2 specials. And I'm going, okay, well, their viral is half of when I went viral. Half. Like, you tend to forget that when that video went viral, the shopping video, right now we're at 240 million views. Nothing came out of it for me. Nothing.
Well, I think someone would argue that nothing came out of it for you.
Nothing from the industry.
It was a turning point in your career.
I took that opportunity and I parlayed it into building a fan base.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. I mean, I'm at the point where...
But perhaps that's the lesson, is like, people are not going to give things to you. And a lot of people watching this who do think that, who would say that you were successful and do want the career that you currently have.
But I do have the 3 Fs.
You made your opportunities.
I have the 3 Fs. Okay. I have faith, I have family, and I have my fans. Right? Mm-hmm. I am making a good living. I'm happy to make this living that we're making.
Yeah.
I am considered a successful person, right?
Yeah.
So that's the question, is do I then go, fuck the industry altogether, fuck your interviews, fuck your auditions, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep living my life with the fans that I have.
Well, I guess the answer to that is you have to decide what makes you happy.
Or because like, instead of, they go, hey, can you... Because not only did I have to, I went in a day early. So I had to leave a day early.
For other press, yeah.
For other press. and then leave, and then I had to leave my home and then come home a day late, right? Or do I start going, fuck your press, I'm gonna fly in Friday, family time, I'm gonna fly in Friday, I'm doing my Friday, Saturday, Sunday show, and I'm coming home. But Steve, we have press for you. Can you come in a day early? Nope. Hey, can you stay a day later? Nope. Right? Or do I continue to go, yes, I will do the press that is the local press, the LA press that is local, not national, and then hopefully sell more tickets. I don't know. I mean, I'm at that point where I'm frustrated, I'm upset, I'm tired of the constant battle. Does that make sense, Rick?
It does, but don't stop doing any of this until after the project we're working with Brian and John on. Stop after that.
But that's the sad part, Rick, is that we have this amazing idea, and we're working on this amazing project, and it's almost like it doesn't matter. Like, do we want to give it to somebody else? Because if I walk in with it, are even a Gabriel? I mean, but there's, I don't know. I'm just at the point where it's like, I don't know what I have to do to get an opportunity.
Well, I will say, I think there's value.
I mean?
You are a person who never stops. That's your.
But just so that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but just so that the people at home watching understand, the Netflix, you're sitting there going, well, Steve, you got a Netflix opportunity. I didn't make any money. I owe money. Just to be clear, I owe money. Filming the Netflix special, I had to pay again out of my own pocket, just to be clear. So you can sit there and you can go, well, Steve, you got this Netflix opportunity. Go, yes, I did. But I had to pay out of my own pocket to produce it. When I tell you I made $0, zero.
It was the first time we had a budget, but the budget was not enough to be able to deliver the product that we wanted. That is industry standard. Not even just that we wanted, but was industry standard.
Meanwhile, there's these young kids who have no social media following, who are just started doing stand-up, and they're not only are they getting paid to do it, they're getting 2, 3, 4 times the budget that I got. And they have no social media following. They have no fans. They just started doing stand-up, and they're getting 4 times the amount of money that I am.
I just don't think those are the kind of careers that stick around. I think there's something to be said about longevity, and I think that as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you will continue to have a career.
I don't want somebody to be watching this going, oh, Steve's having a pity party. No, look, I'm bummed, and I'm being honest with you, but I'm going to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I'm not a quitter. I've never been a quitter. I'm going to keep scrapping it out. I'm just telling you that today, and then I get here today, and it's like, oh, God, nothing's ready. Oh, we don't have our cards. There's not a card in the thing. We're shooting on one camera. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, God, can we get the podcast right? Can we control that?
Well, that's also because we moved cameras out. We did another project. We had lots of wheels spinning.
Tatiana has a question.
I did. I wanted to ask you, do you think maybe the industry is just right now, the way that our society is looking for more raunchy, and they're just not ready for that family, wholesome stuff that you guys deliver?
You're going to have to repeat the question so the audience can hear it.
Tatiana is saying, is the industry looking for more edgy, raunchy, aggressive content?
Are you not trendy enough at the moment?
Am I not trendy enough? Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, there's always going to be a place for a married couple in this country. Somebody's going to watch it, right? There's enough people in this country and the world who are married that want to see what I do.
Yeah.
And it's clear by the comedy clubs that I'm selling out, that the theaters that we're selling out, that the comments we get, the people that watch the podcast. So yes, there is a market for it.
Right.
The only thing I can tell you is the fact that we're Hispanic. There's nothing else that they can say no about.
Yeah, they want
right?
to sell dirty Mexican stuff. They don't want to sell
they want to sell the stereotype,
Right. That's
right? I mean, there's another comedian. I don't want to name his name, but he is disgusting. He is not a good-looking guy, and he's getting commercial over here and commercial over there, and Netflix specials, and you're just sitting there going, and he's Latino, but he is the stereotype.
Yeah. Well, my brain goes two places. One, I was thinking what I was gonna say earlier.
Real quick, George Lopez is on TV show number 4. Number 4.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. Nobody else has gotten a network television show except for Christella, and that lasted a season. But George got a network television show, and then got another network television show, Lopez Tonight, then got another TV show on like A&E or something, and then now he's on a network television show again. And it's like, wait a minute, you're going to rinse and repeat the same dude 4 times? There's not a Gabriel Iglesias. There's not a Steve Trevino. There's a Johnny Sanchez, a Willie Barcena, a Jeff Garcia, an Oscar. I mean, there's so many of us
Yeah.
that you're sitting there going, well, George again?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So the only, the industry would say, well, Steve, we need to see your stand up. Okay, here's 6 specials. Hey, Steve, we need to know that you have a fan base. Okay, here's my ticket sales. Hey, we need to make sure that you have a social media following. Okay, here's 4 million social media followers. So where's the no? Rick?
Oh, don't put it all on me.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
No, I understand what you're saying. I view it a little bit differently because, we're taking our time, just going back to the project with Brian, we're taking our time and efforts in it because we believe in you and your resume. So, our whole bread and butter is selling TV shows, and we're putting a lot of eggs in the basket to sell you on that TV show. So
Yeah,
I think it's just a matter of time.
But I'm running out of time.
No, you're not.
It's like it's a
Don't say you're running out of time, because then that means I'm running out of time, and I'm not.
No, but my question to you, Rick, is where and why is the no? Like, help me understand where the no is.
So that's where my brain went.
So the only thing I can think of is, well, he is not stereotypical Latino, and we don't know what to do with him.
How are we presenting it? How are we packaging it? And so to me, it's like, okay, I know you're burnt out. Take some time off. And when you're not burnt out, let's take a step back and think about, what you do so well, but I don't know that we are doing the best job we can of putting that out on all of your channels. And I think we need to go back to the table and have a powwow and figuring out, I know you know who you are, but what are we telling people that you are, and how are we showing that to them?
But we are through the stand up, through our podcast. We're constantly. Your channel on Instagram shows who you are. The package is there. Renae, Captain Evil here, 30,000 Instagram followers. Here's how crazy it is, just to put it into perspective. You have more social media followers than some of these comedians that I know are getting TV show deals, movies, and Netflix specials, and you have more followers. My wife has more followers. My stand-up comedian Steve Trevino's wife has more followers than these other dudes that are getting full deals. How crazy is that? Think about that for a second, right? You know what I'm saying, Rick?
Yeah. Well, I'll say this is, in the industry, the favorite word is no. We deal with that every day, all day long. And you're looking for that slim, thread the needle, perfect moment, right? And I don't know. I look at it as you've gotten this far, and your resume speaks for itself.
Yeah, but it's every bit of the way doing it myself.
Wait, I want to know the rest of Rick's thought.
Well, just that I think if you said right now that your main goal is to be in a movie, I think you're going to hear a lot of no's until you hear that one yes, and then all of a sudden the dam's going to break. But I also think that if that is your goal in life, that'll take you 6 to 8 months to do without doing stand-up. So the question is going to become, would you want to stop and go and chase those roles for that one role?
That's what I need.
You have so many eggs in so many baskets. I don't think you've clarified for yourself. And that's why I think some time off would be healthy too. I don't think you've clarified for yourself what is it that you really want, and let's go get that. Because I know you will. That's who you are.
I want a Netflix, Amazon Prime, somebody to go, we believe in Steve Trevino. We want to pay him what he's worth. We want to film a special for him, and we want to get behind him and promote it. I have not had that opportunity. I have not had a Amazon Prime, a Netflix, a Hulu.
Paying for ads or billboards
and going,
or...
oh my God, Steve Trevino, you have proven yourself. We love you. We want to do a stand-up special with you. We want to promote it. We want to blow it up. And we believe in you as a talent and somebody that can hopefully after that do a deal with us to be in one of our movies or a TV show.
You want to be the darling. And I hate to say it, but to be the darling, you almost have to be the person who plays the game, who brushes shoulders, who is in their email inbox, who is on the phone with them, who is at the party that they're at, who is having dinner at the same restaurant they are. I think that's who you have to be if you want to be the darling. And I don't think you want to be that person.
No, I don't want to be the darling. I want what I deserve. I want what other people are getting who do not have my experience, who are not as funny as me, who do not have my social media presence. I want what they had. Dude, Nate Bargatze, and using him as an example again and again, very clear, love the guy, think he's hilarious, not mad at him, just using him as an example. Nate Bargatze isn't the darling. He's the guy's living in Nashville, right? He's living in Nashville. He's not, Nick Bargatze got exactly what he deserved. He deserves it. He absolutely deserves all the success that he has because he's talented, because he's a nice guy, because he's really funny, because he's worked his ass off. And all I'm saying is, I want that too.
Yeah.
And I deserve that.
You do deserve that.
And I'm not saying that I'm going to stop. I'm not saying that I'm going to give up on this dream of mine. I'm going to keep working.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep shaking everybody's hand and thanking them. And I'm going to do what I do. I'm just saying that sometimes you get tired.
Yeah.
Can I jump in for a sec?
Yes, of course.
I love this conversation, for one, because everyone goes through it in every step of every situation and every job, right? So, Steve, let me ask you this. You started off doing really small, crappy clubs. You talked about, you slept behind the curtain one night. When you got to headlining, was it everything you thought it would be?
No, it never is. And I always tell that story. Like, when you're an opener, you want to be the middle act. And you go, God, if I could just be the middle act. And then you become the middle act. And then you do that for 5 years and you go, oh, gosh, when do I get to be the headliner? I just want to be the headliner. If I'm the headliner, I'll be happy. Then you get to be the headliner. And then you go, God, I just want to sell tickets. Can I sell tickets? I'm the headliner, but I'm not making any money and I'm not selling tickets. Boom. Then you sell tickets. And then you're like, well, when do I get to go to theaters? I just want to go to theaters. And then you do theaters or you do comedy clubs and you're selling out comedy clubs. You do that for 5 years. And then you go, well, fuck, man, when do I get the theater? So you're right. I mean, it never ends. But what I am saying in this conversation is that I, in particular, and I know others too, I have had to fight and scrap and outwork everybody to get everything.
Yeah.
I agree with all of that. However, you're competitive, which I know about you. And think about what you did. You went to number 2 on Netflix, putting in your own money to do that. After Netflix didn't promote you like they did other comedians who didn't go number 2. So, and how did that feel? It's the same thing. It's like once you got there,
it felt great. And the point I'm trying to make is that I'm watching people in my business who don't make the top 10, who actually have very, very unsuccessful specials get another one. I just had a successful special, delivered on all cylinders, and we have not yet got a phone call.
Because I'm fielding some of those phone calls. So here's how I see it is, we have our development meetings every week, and your name comes up once a week. No joke. And we're pitching this, we're doing that. It's like, hey, if you need this person, we have this. So you just don't hear it. It's happening. You just don't hear it.
No, I mean, I get it. But I will tell this story just to blow people's minds. And I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to talk bad about comedians. And I am not mad at these comedians. I just want to make it very clear. I look at these comedians and I am not mad at them.
Yeah.
Good for them. Like, good for them. I'm just saying that I'm not dumb. I'm paying attention, right? I mean, it would be equivalent, Rick, to working at AT&T and you say, I want a raise. And they go, well, you need to sell more phones. Okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm going to go sell more phones. Boom. Hey, I sold more phones. Do I get a raise? Well, no, Steve, because you're not doing any upgrades. You need to do upgrades. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. Let me go get some upgrades. Now I'm selling more phones. Then I get the upgrades. Hey, do I get that raise? Meanwhile, the guy next to me at the same store is getting a raise, doesn't sell as many phones as me.
And this is why I love this conversation.
Right.
Because that happens in every industry.
Correct. And what I'm saying is that I am frustrated because I am watching my coworkers do less, work less, not be as good at me as me, and continue to get more opportunities.